Welcome back. Myself Kavita. In this video, I am going to discuss about the 6th standard history ICSE syllabus. This video will be like a part 1 of this lesson. So the lesson name is the Indus Valley Civilization. So here when we talk about Indus Valley Civilization, first of all let me explain about the learning objectives. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss locating the major centers of the Indus Valley civilization on a map, identifying the salient features of the Indus Valley civilization, explaining the causes of the decline of Indus Valley civilization. So, an advanced civilization called the Indus Valley civilization existed in the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent during the Bronze Age. So, it was similar in many aspects to the civilization in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and China. Since the main centers of this civilization existed around the river Indus and its tributaries, it was known as the Indus Valley civilization. Later on, historians began to refer to this civilization as the Harappan civilization after the name of the major site of this civilization in Harappan. So, when we talk about this Indus Valley civilization, where it is actually originated. So, the discovery of the ancient ruins of the Harappa by the Dayaram Shanhi in 1921 and of Mohenjo-daro by Rakhandas Banerjee in 1922 to 23, both officers of the Archaeological Survey of India exploded an age-old myth. So, it was earlier believed that the history of India began with the coming of Aryans, and the excavations of the ruins of the highly planned sites of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro pushed back the history of the India by almost 2000 years ago. So it proved beyond the doubt that a highly advanced urban civilization flourished in India about 4500 years ago. Even we'll call as also like a 2500 BCE and 1500 BCE, that is before Christian era. So this is about the origin of the Harappa or Indus Valley civilization. You can see these places, for example, the first site, the main characteristic of the Harappan civilization. So you can see this, which is in this map, the color represent as Indus Valley civilization, which is showing in yellow in color, and like circle shape mark we representing a important sites of the Indus Valley civilization, and rectangular shapes will be representing on the map that are modern sites. Can you see this one? See this one also called as Harappa, Roypur and Banavali and Kalibangan. So Kot Deji, Chanhudaro, Amri, Dolavira, Rojdi, Ranpur, Luthal. So like this, this civilization extended till here also. Nowadays we will also find in India also some kind of few kind of the Harappan civilization sites in the India also. They extended like this. Now you understood about the uh, sites of the Harappan civilization. So here already we discovered about the how they discovered, we learned, right? For example, his name is Rakhandas Banerjee and Dayaram Shanhi in 1921 and Rakhaldas Banerjee in 1922. They discovered this sites. And here the discovery and major centers. The ASI stands for Archaeological Survey of India. So it played a major role in determining the antiquity of the Indus Valley civilization. The first two sites where the remains of this civilization were excavated lie in the present day Pakistan. So Harappa in the Punjab region of the Mohenjo-daro in the Sindh region. These two major sites of the Indus Valley civilization were excavated by two archaeologists of the ASI. ASI stands for Archaeological Survey of India. So that's what I said no in the previous video. Those people name is Dayaram Shanhi and Rakhaldas. So Rakhaldas Bandopadhyaya respectively. So these two persons, they discovered about the Harappan civilization. So it became evident from different sources that is the rich civilization was almost contemporary with other ancient river valley civilizations. So you can see the civilization. See the first sites of this civilization discovered were the Harappa in Montgomery district in Punjab, Mohenjo-daro in Larkana district. Both are now in Pakistan. The other important sites of the civilization include Ropur in Punjab, Kalibangan in Rajasthan. See, you can see here. So now presently when we talk about this Harappan civilizations, so that is presently they are situating in Montgomery district in Punjab. You can see Montgomery in Punjab. Yeah, maybe basically it will come here. This part we can see, this part of the Punjab we can see, and also both are now in Pakistan. Now we can see some Mohenjo-daro, Kot Diji, this actually those are presently situated in Pakistan. And other important signs of this civilization include Ropur in Punjab, Kalibangan in Rajasthan. Kalibangan here we can see. So this one Kalibangan we can see in Rajasthan, and Lutal and Dholavira. So here Lutal, you can see here Lutal and Dholavir in Gujarat. So this part of the India, Dholavira will be here and Lutal will be here. So these two sites we can find out about the Harappan civilization. These are the best evidence for that Harappan civilizations were lived in there. So when we talk about the location, so Mohenjo-daro means Mound of the Dead. It means it is located at the banks of the river Indus in the Larkana district of Sindh. Now it is in Pakistan. Harappa is situated on the banks of the river of Ravi, that is Montgomery district of the western Punjab. Now it is in Pakistan. Already I explained in the map. For many years after the discovery of these sites, it was believed that the civilization was confined to the valleys of the Indus and its tributaries. However, later excavations of the similar site proved that this civilization extended far beyond. So, like for example, northern of western India, around 2,800 sites have been discovered. So, for making a Indus Valley civilization. Okay, after that we can see Ropur, Luthal, and also some Surkotada, Gujarat, Ropur in Punjab, Alamgiri in Uttar Pradesh, and Banawali in Haryana. The newest sites are Rakhigari in Haryana and Dholavira in Gujarat. So you can see this kind of the evidence, like discovery of the, what we say, the kind of the Harappan civilizations, how they are living during that time. So first in this people, what we say, a society, how they are living. So not much is known about the social and political life of the Harappans. The houses excavated at the Harappan sites point out their distinct social classes. So the uh, first class of category included the people who seemed to be rulers and nobles and lived in the citadel. These were probably the people who planned and constructed a special buildings in the city and sent people to distant lands to get precious stones and other things they needed. So, like this, they'll be constructed the buildings. Can you see this is the kind of the houses they build? So, all these how they will find the archaeologists, they find out the evidence for this Harappan civilization lived in these places. So, coming to the main characteristics of the Indus Valley civilization. When we talk about this Indus Valley civilization, the main uh, characteristics, for example, the excavations carried out various sites prove that around 4,500 years ago, highly civilization people lived in this region. How they find out? Because of they got some evidence in that particular region and gave to the world its earliest cities, its first town planning, its first architecture in stone and clay, and its first example of sanitary engineering and drainage system. So all these will be giving the evidence for that they are lived in the long back. So drainage system. See, can you see the drainage system? The Harappans had a well planned drainage system like this, okay, of which are very a planned manner they build. So the drainage system, not what they are saying, which are the Harappans had a well planned drainage system, the likes of which are not found in other cities of the ancient world. That means the way of constructing the drainage system and the way of lifestyle we are not finding anywhere ancient world. The house drains emptied waste water into the street drains. The drains were covered with the bricks of stones. Manholes and inspection traps were provided to rectangular intervals. So like this they are going to build the drainage system. And next one is town planning. So can you see this one, town planning? Yeah. See, the Indus Valley cities were very well planned and followed a grid system. So the main streets ran parallel to each other and cut at right angles by smaller streets, dividing the cities into rectangular blocks or grids. The main roads were straight and very wide, about 30 feet, and curved at the corners. Okay, so to allow the carts of the pass easily, why they curved this corners? Because they want to allow the bullock carts. That means during that time they are using the, they don't have a like a transport and all. They basically they are using the some kind of the bullock carts and all. So that's the reason this they constructed very well the streets and all. You can see, so the streets will be made like a very planned one, so that the planning is very perfect, and they are very brilliant, they are saying. And coming to the architecture, so here the Indus Valley people were very skillful builders. The buildings were of two types, dwelling houses and public buildings. So when we talk about the dwelling houses, all the houses were constructed according to the plan. They were one or two-story houses. Two-story houses, like story high means, story means one kind of the building which will be having two or three floors. The small houses consisting of two rooms. Can you see this one? Yeah, the small houses consisted of two rooms, while the big ones had many rooms. Can you see this one? The kitchen is separate, and separate rooms also they constructed during that time, only 4500 years back itself. And a house usually had a courtyard surrounding by rooms, a kitchen, a water well, and a bathroom, like that. They were built on both sides on the street. See, can you see this one? Already they have a kitchen, they have some kind of the well also here, they can take the water, and separate bathroom will be there. And story houses, see, story houses means here one house is there, above two houses, two rooms were constructed. And when we see the streets and all, so they nicely planned the street to that bullock cart can move. And also here also one building is there, and beside also that street also same construction they did. That means they are very well skilled persons who are in that, they are using a knowledge to do all this town planning very perfectly. And you can imagine this one, you can see, observe here the, what is this, water, drainage water going, they have planned very well during that time itself. And coming to the public buildings, so here when we talk about the public buildings, the great granary at Harappa was a large building. Historians believed that it was used to store surplus of food grains. Why they are using this one? Because during that time, basically they are leaving, sorry, basically they are depending on agriculture. So that's the reason the granaries are nothing but the food grains where they are storing the food production. So that means they want to keep it in one place. So here you can see granaries. So granaries are nothing but the food storage areas where the Harappan people, they are storing their food. So this, they, even this granaries also they made in rectangular. So I mean similar granary has been found in Mohenjo-daro. All the granaries were built close to the river bank so that grains could be easily transported with the help of boats. So near the great granary in Harappa, circular brick platforms have been found which were probably used for the threshing grain there were. So here, see, nearby the river only they are making the granaries. Why? Because that they can transfer and they can export the products from one place to another place by using the river body. And many franchises where metal works produced a very another important building was that great bath. So here the great bath also very important in this lesson. Why? Because they constructed a very nicely this great bath. This building resembled a large swimming pool, and also it has 6 entrances. That means 6 entrances. The central bathing pool, galleries, and dressing rooms. 2 flights of steps lead to the bathroom of the pool. The floor and walls made leading to the bottom of the tank. The water, see, can you see this great bath of Mohenjo-daro? It is the most important building of this civilization. It was a huge rectangular tank with the flight of steps on the northern and southern sides leading to the bottom of the tank, and also the water for the bath was provided by well as an adjacent room. To make the pool watertight, burnt bricks and mortar lined with the bitumen and gypsum were used for construction. See, when we talk about this Mohenjo-daro, the Great Bath, during that time they used the burnt bricks and mortar lined and the bitumen of the gypsum, so that it will give the uh, uh, building very tight and should be very strong, so that it can live long life. It is generally believed that this great bath was used for religious occasions for the ritual bathing. And coming to the citadel, so here a city was divided into 2 parts. One is citadel and one is lower town. So coming to the citadel, so can you see this picture? So this is called as a citadel. Citadel was raised platform, rectangular in shape and about 12 meters high. Can you see from the uh, floor of the earth, it will be looking at 12 meters high. It was constructed with the bricks and stones with the watchtowers. It had massive walls and it has height acted as a protection against floods. So basically why they are using this one? To avoid the to save themselves from the floods. Okay, to protecting from the floods they are building like this constructions of the town. And it is believed that the ruler along with these nobles lived here. Important public buildings like great bath, the granary, the assembly hall and the workshops were located here. So in this citadel only all these facilities will be available. And coming to the lower town, lower town had the residential buildings where the common people lived and carried on their professional work. And other features of the town planning are streets. The streets were quite wide, varying of 9 feet to 34 feet in width. The street intersected each other like right angles. Lamp posts discovered along the roads indicates that cities probably had street lights. The main roads were wide and curved at the corner so that heavy carts could turn easily. So this is the few important things about the Indus Valley civilization. So till now we learnt about the town planning, how they are like public buildings will be constructed in the Harappan civilization. In the next class I am going to discuss about the occupation of the Harappan civilization and what kind of the trade and commerce they are doing, what kind of the art and craft they are doing, and architecture structures and all, and also some kind of the religious beliefs, why this Harappan civilization got declined. So everything I'll be discussing in the next video. Thanks for watching. Keep watching my videos and subscribe for my video for your encouragement so that I can do more videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.